Have you ever wondered how 300 Spartans could hold off an entire Persian army? Our tale today takes us back to the scorching summer of 480 BC, to a narrow coastal passage in Greece known as Thermopylae. It's a tale of valor, sacrifice, and strategic brilliance that forever left its mark on history. A tale where the few stood against the many, altering the course of Western civilization. So buckle up your seatbelts, history buffs. Stay tuned as we delve into the epic Battle of Thermopylae. The year was 480 BC, a time when the Persian Empire was the greatest power in the known world. Towering over all was King Xerxes, a man of boundless ambition and an insatiable appetite for conquest. His gaze fell upon Greece, a collection of fiercely independent city-states that had so far resisted the Persian yoke. Xerxes was not the first to try. His father, Darius the Great, had already tasted defeat at the hands of these indomitable Greeks. But Xerxes was not his father. He was determined to succeed where Darius had failed. To him, the conquest of Greece was more than just an expansion of his empire. It was a matter of personal honor, a chance to avenge his father's defeat and assert his own greatness. The Greeks, for their part, were well aware of the Persian threat. They were a small, fractious bunch, often at odds with one another, but they knew that to stand against the Persian juggernaut they had to unite. And so they did under the leadership of the city-state of Sparta, known for its military prowess and its culture of courage and discipline. The battlefield would be Thermopylae, a narrow pass in central Greece. Its strategic importance was undeniable. On one side was the sea, on the other impassable mountains. It was the perfect place to make a stand, to hold back the overwhelming Persian forces. For the Persians, it was the quickest route to the heart of Greece. For the Greeks, it was the last line of defense. The Spartans, led by their king Leonidas, were ready to hold the pass, to die if necessary for the freedom of their land. They were vastly outnumbered, but they were not deterred. They knew the odds were against them, but they also knew that they had something the Persians didn't. They had a cause worth dying for. With the stage set, the scene was ripe for one of history's most legendary battles. King Leonidas of Sparta, with his 300 warriors, stood resolute in the face of impending doom. The Battle of Thermopylae had begun, and these Spartans were the last line of defense between the Persian forces and their homeland. From the get-go, it was clear that the Spartans were seriously outnumbered. But what they lacked in numbers they made up for with their strategic prowess, iron will, and unyielding spirit. The narrow pass at Thermopylae, known as the Hot Gates, became their fortress. It was here that they would hold their ground, and it was here that they would make their stand. The first 2 days of the battle were a testament to Spartan military genius. King Leonidas and his men used the terrain to their advantage, funneling the vast Persian army into the narrow pass where their superior numbers meant little. The Spartans, known for their discipline and skill in close combat, held their ground, their shields forming an unbreakable wall, their spears felling any who dared approach. The Persian forces under the command of King Xerxes threw wave after wave of soldiers at the Spartans, but to no avail. Each assault was met with fierce resistance, each Persian advance repelled with ferocious determination. The Spartans, despite being outnumbered, were holding their own, proving that quality truly does trump quantity. As the sun set on the second day, the Persian forces retreated, leaving behind a battlefield strewn with their fallen. The Spartans, weary yet unwavering, prepared for another day of battle. Their courage was unyielding, their resolve unshaken. They had held the line, but the battle was far from over. But as dawn broke on the third day, the tide of the battle was about to change. The Spartans, unbeknownst to them, were about to face a threat far greater than the Persian forces they had so valiantly held at bay. As the new day dawned, their fate hung in the balance, the echoes of their bravery reverberating through the ages. A local resident named Ephialtes, seeking favor with the Persians, revealed a mountain path that led behind Spartan lines. This was the tipping point in the Battle of Thermopylae. Imagine the scene, the Spartans holding their ground, their shields and spears glinting in the Greek sun, unaware of the impending doom about to befall them. The treacherous Ephialtes, hoping to gain favor with the Persians, led them through the Anopeia, a narrow mountain path. The Persians, now armed with this valuable knowledge, began their march in the dead of night, a snake silently winding its way around the Spartan forces. The Battle of Thermopylae was about to take a fateful turn. As dawn broke, the Spartan king Leonidas was informed of the betrayal. The Spartan forces were now encircled, trapped between the hammer of the Persian army and the anvil of the treacherous terrain. But did they surrender? No. Instead, they prepared for their final stand. Leonidas, knowing the end was near, dismissed the bulk of his army, choosing to remain with his 300 Spartans and a few allies. They would make their last stand at the narrowest part of the pass, a place where the Persian numbers would mean little. The final confrontation was nothing short of epic. The Spartans, with their backs against the wall, fought like men possessed. Each Spartan was a whirlwind of destruction, their spears and swords reaping a deadly harvest. They fought not for glory, not for personal gain, but for the greater good of their homeland. The Persians, despite their overwhelming numbers, struggled to break the Spartan line. The narrow pass became a killing field, the Persian advance grinding to a halt under the relentless Spartan assault. But numbers eventually took their toll. One by one, the Spartans fell, their bodies forming a wall of defiance against the Persian onslaught. Though outnumbered and outflanked, the Spartans fought to their last breath, embodying the spirit of sacrifice for the greater good. This was the final stand of the Spartans at the Battle of Thermopylae, a testament to their courage, their valor, and their unyielding spirit. The Battle of Thermopylae ended in a Persian victory, but at a cost that Xerxes had not anticipated. The Persian army, though victorious, was severely depleted. They lost a staggering number of men, estimated to be in the tens of thousands, a blow that they struggled to recover from. Contrary to Xerxes' expectations, the Greek city-states did not capitulate after Thermopylae. Instead, they rallied, their unity bolstered by the Spartan sacrifice. The following year saw the Greeks score two decisive victories, one at the Battle of Salamis, where the Persian navy was crushed, and the other at Plataea, which saw the Persian land forces defeated. Xerxes' dream of conquering Greece was shattered, but the Battle of Thermopylae was more than just a military engagement. It became a symbol, a beacon of indomitable spirit and courage that has echoed down through the centuries. The sacrifice of the Spartans, their unwavering resolve in the face of overwhelming odds, has been immortalized in history and popular culture. From movies like 300 to countless books and songs, Thermopylae has been depicted as a turning point, a moment where a small band of warriors stood against an empire, willing to give their lives for their freedom. The phrase "molon labe," or "come and take them," attributed to King Leonidas when Xerxes demanded the Greeks surrender their weapons, has become a rallying cry for resistance and defiance. The legacy of Thermopylae is not just about the battle itself, but about the ideals it represents: bravery, sacrifice, and unity. It's a story that continues to inspire, showing us that even in the face of certain defeat, there is a power in standing up, in fighting for what you believe in. The Battle of Thermopylae remains a testament to courage and sacrifice, echoing down the centuries as a symbol of indomitable spirit. So, what have we learned from the Battle of Thermopylae? This epic clash wasn't just about two conflicting forces of the ancient world. It was a testament to the strategic brilliance, unwavering courage, and the enduring legacy of the Spartans. A tiny force of 300 Spartans, led by King Leonidas, stood their ground against an immense Persian army. Despite the overwhelming odds, they fought with a spirit so fierce it resonated through the ages. Their stand at the narrow pass of Thermopylae was not a random choice. It was a strategic masterstroke, purposefully chosen for its natural defensive advantage. The Spartans knew the terrain played a crucial role in warfare, and they used it to their advantage, holding off the Persian forces despite being vastly outnumbered. But more than the strategy, it was the bravery of these Spartans that has etched this battle in history. They knew they were fighting a losing battle, yet they chose to stand, chose to fight, and chose to sacrifice. It was a display of valor and determination that has inspired countless generations since. The Battle of Thermopylae is not just a historical event, it's a powerful narrative of courage, resilience, and sacrifice. The Spartans left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and resonate with us today. As we reflect on this monumental battle, we are reminded that history is not just about dates and places, it's about people, courage, and the indomitable spirit of humanity.